The future to come in 20 to 30 years. Can it be predicted in the times of global uncertainty? How to map out the contours of the future so that they are more clear and bright. And what can be done by those who are today called the new generation?
Akbota Bakytzhan, a designer with unique handwriting. Style lessons. Clothing has its own aurora. Often I get inspiration from people. Sometimes I get it from music. For example, when I see some celebrities, I have a desire to design clothes for them. And then some ideas come to mind. Akbota Bakytzhan is a designer. She presented her first collection at the age of 19. She designed stage and concert costumes for Kazakhstan show business stars. In 2016, she worked as a designer for a popular band, 91. I spent my childhood in Almaty. I went to kindergarten, school, and graduated from a college as well as an academy in the city. My interest in fashion design and drawing in general occurred when I was in primary school, the first grade to be exact. Although my mother is not familiar with designing and creative work, she was the one who introduced me to the designer world. My mother has always supported me, and everything I have achieved in life is because of her. In Almaty, I went to the School of Fine Arts named after Kostayev. After, I went to school and college at the Kazakh National Academy of Arts. I graduated from college with an honors degree and then entered Simbat Academy. My major was in fashion design. After graduation, I participated in the contest for young designers, Open Way. I sent them my sketches. There were 200 contestants, and I made it to the top 10 finalists. But unfortunately, I did not win the contest. When I was collecting the clothing, the art director of Kazakhstan Fashion Week, approached me and said, "Your work is interesting. I do not know what the jury were guided by. I like you. You have some perspectives. I'm going to give you a grant to participate in the Fashion Week. You should prepare a collection." I had some other plans. I wanted to continue my education abroad. However, thanks to this person, I stayed in Kazakhstan, and at the age of 19, I started my designer career. At that time, I was still quite unrefined, I think. Based on the collection, it is obvious that I had no experience at all. At that time, I did not even have an understanding of fabrics. A designer has to have experience in order to show their collection at fashion weeks. There are some designers who imitate foreign designers. They sew clothing and then sell them as if they designed it themselves. I do not think it is good. Every fashion designer has to have his or her own way of self-expression. For example, my signature and uniqueness is using national ornaments in day-to-day wear. I have sketches of ornaments I drew when I was in the 4th grade. I do not know why, But at that time, this interest awoke in me.
Сол кезде оюға деген қызығушылық өте пайда болды. Сол өсе келе ойланған.
When I grew up, I began to think, how could I use these patterns? While studying in college, I drew custom-made portraits and drew ornaments around the edges of it. It turned out beautiful. By the way, my work became very popular among customers.
Жұлдыздар да заказ беріп сол портреттерге. Содан кейін сол кезде қолданған.
A thought then hit me. Why not use ornaments in clothing? So, for my first collection, I made ornaments out of leather.
Былғардан кесіп жасау деген.
I adapted the national style to our reality and modernized it.
Былғардан, кожадан кесіп алып, соны жапсырамыз.
For example, I use ornaments for bomber jackets. Youngsters liked such type of clothes. By the way, we elaborate prints and patterns with the help of computer programs and make them more graphic-like. That's why in clothing they look harmonious. I like to make inscriptions too. The fact is that kids, youngsters, and girls like wearing clothes with English inscriptions. So I decided, why not do the same, the Kazakh language?
So қазақша жасадым. Жолынан таймау, әрине әр сөздің өзінің мағынасы бар.
For instance, to write, don't step back. Here, the message means go towards your goals and achieve them.
Сияқты сондай рухыңды көтеретін сөздерді.
Ұнайды дейді. I was so inspired when I had read Abai's Way, written by Mukhtar Awezov. What a great person he was. And after that, I made an inscription. Avoid the 5 harmful qualities. If to recall Abai's teachings, he meant qualities such as slander, bragging, laziness, lies, and extravagant ways. Even nowadays, some of us possess these qualities. That's why I wrote those words. And also, I often use inscription special, because we all want to be special. I traveled to South Korea. I visited the fashion week there. It was cool. Korean fashion designers are very impressive, but they also have street style. Generally, you can get inspiration from people, the way they dress, from architecture, or a particular color. That's why, when I came back from Korea, I created a collection. I can't say there is a street style in Kazakhstan. Even if there is, there's not much of it. Maybe about 1%. Mostly, you can see it on people from the fashion world, such as photographers, models, and those who work in the fashion industry. Designers can dress interestingly despite weather conditions. They are not restricted by the cold or heat because they live fashionably. But there are very few of them. In Almaty, a big reconstruction took place. Aport underwent a lot of changes. Now it is so beautiful. When you walk around there, it feels like you are somewhere in Europe. It would be cool to see people change their style to smart casual. Every woman has to have a basic wardrobe. These are the most essential clothes. Jeans, they're always in fashion. Sneakers, t-shirts, white shirts, and black dresses. I would also add black shoes, a blouse, and a classic jacket that matches all clothing. As for my style, I think it is eclectic. That means combining a few styles: sport, classic, and some dramatism. And there is also some glamorous and ethno style.
Этника. Қазіргі заманға сай современная этника деп аталады. Менің жақсы.
Black is my favorite color. Basically, I wear black colored clothes. I'm often asked, why do I not choose bright colors? I do not know why. I just like it. Black is considered to be the color of fashion designers, the color of fashion. I use casual sport and casual oversize in my work. It is trendy now, by the way. Our young people like movement, that's why they prefer comfortable clothing. And at the same time, youngsters want to wear fashionable clothing, to slip on anything and go. They call such clothes hoodie. It is fashionable clothes that have a hood. I love to create looks. They should be unique. You can change the hairstyle, makeup, and clothes. After that, you look at your work and admire it.
Қандай әдемі деп. Тұтынушыларым арасында әрине жұлдыздар көп деп айтсам болады.
There are a lot of singers among my customers, including Dimash Kudaibergenov. He is very popular now. He performed on stage twice in costumes designed by me.
Менің өмірлік ең үлкен тәжірибем
The most important experience for me was working with 91. At that time, I liked Korean pop bands. I was impressed by their style in clothes and music. I dreamt of working with such bands in Kazakhstan.
Қандай сондай топ пайда болады, мен жұмыс істегім келеді дегендей. Мен жасадым.
As a result, I designed costumes for their music video, Keitadan.
Қайтадан деген клипқа. Шуба болды, оюмен, сонда әртүрлі жазу.
They wore fur coats with ornaments and inscriptions in that video. They had bright colored hair. By the way, their fans liked that style.
Киім киіну де фанаттарға да өте қатты ұнады. Бір жылға контракт жасадым.
We signed a 1-year contract. The whole year, I dressed them for concerts and music videos.
Мені тани бастаған адамдардың саны өсті.
I myself began to develop too. More and more people recognized me as a designer. The number of clients grew accordingly. I began to work with other singers. It was my moment in the spotlight, I can say, the brightest period in my life.
Кезеңдердің бірі деп айтса болады. Себебі маған ең басты ол стилист ретінде тәжірибе. Kazakhstan сән әлемі.
In Kazakhstan, the fashion world has been getting more intense, especially for the last 5 years. A lot of new designers have appeared. Their number grows day by day.
Кішкене тәжірибе жеткіліксіз.
I think our designers lack experience. When we were students, we were taught mainly theory. We were taught to draw properly and create collections, but we hardly had any practice.
Өте аз жасадық.
What do we lack in order to become real fashion designers? Knowledge in marketing and business. It would be great if these subjects were taught in academics and universities where future fashion specialists study.
Осындай программалар болса, шетелге жіберу.
In addition to this, they need some exchange programs where young designers can study abroad or foreign designers could come to Kazakhstan and share their experience with us. In this case, our fashion world could develop swiftly.
Сән әлеміміз қарқынды түрде дамушы еді. Шетелге барып.
Of course, I also have favorite foreign designers too, who are Alexander McQueen and Musia Parada. I would like to visit their fashion houses and see how they operate.
Салады екен.
Honestly, I dream of being famous not only in Kazakhstan, but also beyond its borders. It would be great to participate in a fashion week somewhere abroad, but my most cherished dream is to present my collection in Paris. Kazakhstan fashion designer Akbota Bakytzhan is only 23, and everything is just starting for her. She has already managed to find her place in the Kazakhstan fashion industry. Her plans for the near future is to open up her own chain of stores, create new collection of clothes, and design on-stage looks for singers who are at the starting point of their musical careers.